Hey, what's going on there, folks? Earthmaster here. It is Thursday night, August 29th, 2019, 10:25 p.m. here, West Coast time in California, and we're taking a look at some activity that's going to be occurring out there around the East Coast towards the state of Florida. Florida right now is on the bullseye for Hurricane Dorian, which is now a Category 2 strength hurricane. That's expected to rise up here rather quickly tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be strengthening tonight and also tomorrow as well over the next couple days. Right now, current information on Hurricane Dorian is that maximum winds of 104 miles per hour are with this hurricane. Gust up to 127 miles per hour. This system is moving northwest at about 10 miles per hour. And then we got the pressure at 977 MB. So yeah, Category 2 strength hurricane. No doubt it's going to be reaching Category 3 strength, which is 111 miles per hour winds here. I just started getting hiccups for some reason. And yeah, so we're looking at a definitely increasing and strengthening hurricane here now. A little bit of uncertainty on the projection of this earthquake, this hurricane. And yeah, it's still kind of trending towards the south a little bit. Now, I've noticed a couple weather models have gotten a little confused, and I'm going to show you this here. But first, here on this map, you can see the black hurricane symbols right up to landfall as a Category 4 strength hurricane. Now, that's pretty strong. 130 mile per hour winds, possibly up to 156. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there's a chance, a small chance, that this thing could reach Category 5 in that time. We'll have to take a close look and watch the satellite and imagery very closely. This here is a predicted tropical storm force wind speed probabilities and timing. Of course, probabilities are going to be way high, right? We're looking at almost 100% there of the folks there in Florida seeing at least tropical storm force winds, and that's, like I say, that's a given. I do want to click on a couple different scenarios here. Let's see if this thing's going to let me. Let's see here. 1 second. So yeah, definitely a state of emergency out there in Florida. I'm sure the folks are fully aware. I mean, just going to the store out there and I'm sure you're aware something's going on. This one does not have the... Let's see, I don't think this one has the spaghetti tracks that I was trying to find here, but this is from the Hurricane Warning Center. Earliest reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force winds here. Looks like onshore there in Florida, right around Miami, we're looking at Sunday, right around 8 a.m., probably a little bit sooner. Of course, this is tropical storm force winds, 74 miles per hour or faster. But that's a look at the time frame of it. Hold on 1 second here. This thing's acting a little weird again, not for sure why, but anyway, let's go ahead and look at a couple weather models here. This is from Tropical Tidbits. Now this is the GFS version. Oops, hold on a second here. And this is basically a computer-generated imagery of what may happen, right? This is not, this is not guaranteed. This is not 100% guaranteed, but this is something that I use when I'm out storm chasing in Oklahoma and Texas. Even here in California, I use the Tropical Tidbits page quite a bit. It shows convection and whatnot, where thunderstorm pressure or thunderstorms could appear and all that good stuff. Cape values, everything. Anyway, This map right here is the wind speed possibilities in knots, right? KT knots. And the GFS version is what I'm using for the first one. We're going to show you this specifically for the path reasons, right? We all know it's going to be a strong hurricane, and even on here it looks glorified strong. I mean, it's like way up there. So we're going to speed this up just a little bit. Make sure you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing. Yep. And like I said, this is just a computer model indicating what we could see with Hurricane Dorian. You can see right there we're looking at, well, I mean, it's got Miami bullseye right there, dead spot on if it were to stay in that path. And we're looking at, I'm not 100% sure about the knots and whatnot to wind speed, but we're looking at purple, pink. Well, this one here shows 110, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit stronger than that. I'm not for sure how it all works. I don't know. Is knots the same as wind speed? I don't know. I'm not a boater. I'm not a fisherman. I don't go on the water too often. But here we go. The main reason why I'm using this is just to show you guys the path that this thing is predicted to take. As you can see right there, perfectly formed eye, guaranteed strong category 4 right there, right smack dab, very close to Miami. Looks like possibly just a little north of there, but either way, some very strong winds. And we look at it a little bit further, you can see this thing kind of rides up into the state of Florida before getting pulled off by the high pressure that's off there in the Atlantic Ocean, right? High pressure will turn clockwise, so we're getting a pull, so to speak, northward and northeastward pull. That's kind of directing this hurricane. Of course, by then, it kind of looks like it wants to ride up the coastline there towards the Carolina region up there a little bit, and it does look like it strengthens a little bit as it gets towards Virginia region before shooting off back out into the Atlantic Ocean there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I mean, it's before a lot of computer models show this thing continuing to go like towards the Gulf of Mexico and into like Louisiana or something, but I'm not seeing that now. I believe there's a trough of low, or kind of like a trough of low pressure over here that's preventing that from happening. So this thing is basically being controlled by this high pressure off to the hurricane's northeast direction there, where the high pressure is centered out there in the Atlantic. So you can see it, just get a hold of it and just pull it over there. But yeah, it's pretty significant, and it's pretty. It's an eye opener. That thing's got a perfect eye. It looks pretty scary. Okay, that's the GFS version. Now I do want to show the European model version as well, so we can get an idea of what they're indicating as well. Let's see here we go. The ECMWF model is the European model here, and these guys sometimes are accurate, a little bit more accurate than GFS, and then sometimes these guys are like way off. So it all depends, folks. We can't 100% predict exact landfall this far out. Things could change tomorrow. I could get on here and everything looks different, but right now we're looking at, let's go back over here. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with this. This here is once again knots, wind speeds. And we're going to put this thing into motion here just a little bit and take a look at what these guys are predicting. You see that right there? Kind of looks like it immediately shot north. Definitely gaining strength there, kind of taking a westward turn, and then a immediately northward turn up along the coast of Florida before weakening even further as it heads inland and towards the northeast. Now that's definitely be a rainmaker for the East Coast out there, but on here, we're still seeing a pretty good, solid indication of bullseye right around. On this one here, it's a little north of Miami area. Probably looking at Port St. Lucie region for a bullseye possibility. Maybe just south of there a little bit, but I'm thinking somewhere around Port St. Lucie and West Palm Beach region there for the bullseye. Now I know Miami sits well south of there, but it's still pretty much within the bullseye area on the GFS version here. Let's go back over here and show you guys that one once again. Just right on the outer edges of that bullseye, and yeah, definitely be a wind maker right down there. But hey, you can see that thing. The eye just hit right around that region there. Port St. Lucie, I believe that's called. I'm not 100% sure of that region and the names over there, but just looking on a map here, that's what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm predicting right now for landfall, after looking at all these various weather models and whatnot. Here's a radar region, or current radar shot of the Florida area, and you can see Miami down here to the south, and of course further up north here you got Port St. Lucie. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. It looks like Lucie, L-U-C-I-E. Hopefully it's not loose, but yeah, Fort Lauderdale up here, West Palm Beach. Like I said, I'm pretty much certain that we're going to see an eye fall or a bullseye of the eye right around the Port St. Lucie region. And of course, anywhere in there is going to see some significant damage with this hurricane here, Category 4, bringing in the winds. And that's if it stays on track. That's if it does what these weather models are kind of predicting here. If it went to the north, and we're looking at Palm Bay region, and all these little towns up here. But like I say, we're still a couple days out. I mean, it's getting super close now. But it's going to be interesting to watch and see how this plays out with the Hurricane Dorian here, if it follows this path or not. I'll get rid of that here real quick. So yeah, once again, it is a Category 2, very close to Category 3 right now. And looks like arrival time. Let me see here on my side. It's kind of a scattered here. I was going to bring up the spaghetti models, and that's just various lines of direction that it could take, and that's just I don't know. I just not a big fan of the spaghetti models, but pretty much anywhere within the circle area, which covers the entire state of Florida except for the Panhandle over there. Anywhere within that region, we could see, it make the bullseye landfall right there. But hold on a second here, folks. Yeah, so I'm seeing what do we got? Sometime during the day on Monday, it looks like we could start seeing some significant activity there. With the brunt of the winds coming in. This thing did slow down a little bit. Originally it looked like Sunday afternoon when we would see landfall, or at least really close to seeing landfall there in Florida. But now this thing, like I said, slowed down a little bit. It could speed back up, but most models right now are indicating that this thing will probably be right around the Florida region, at least bullseye, the eye wall anyway, right around late Monday night. Looks like right here, Tuesday 8 p.m. is when it could be centered directly over Central Florida area. But like I say, this thing's moving pretty slow right now, 10 miles per hour towards the northwest, 104 mile per hour wind speeds with gusts up to 127. And this thing's gonna eat the warm water out there. It's just gonna grow like crazy. And yes, we'll have to keep an eye on it. I will do further updates as I take a look at the weather models, and if they change significantly, then I will definitely do a re-update. But right now, it's just some slight changes, some differences in the weather models when it comes to GFS and the European model. But either way, they're both somewhat in agreement with a landfall, with the eye wall anyway. Center of the storm, right around Port St. Lucie. So yeah. Anyway, folks, I gotta jump off here real quick. Some stuff just came up here on my side, so I will post up this video here. We are live streaming latest information on Hurricane Dorian. I will include a live webcam from one of the beaches over there pretty soon. I'll try to get that tomorrow. Like I say, the hurricane's still a distance off there into the Atlantic, and really not a whole lot going on when it comes to the webcams out there, except for some localized thunderstorm activity. But hurricane activity, we should start seeing that, like I said, sometime on the day, late on Sunday into Monday, and then definitely all day or all night Monday night and Tuesday as well, when the brunt of the system comes in. So I got hiccups coming up again, folks, and a lot of stuff coming up. So we'll chat to you folks a little bit later. Like I said, live stream is up and running, and I will be back on the live stream here in a little bit. Stay safe out there, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for the latest information here, as it becomes available to me anyway on this side, and try to get it up here as quickly as possible. So have a good night, everyone. We'll chat to you guys a little bit later.